Hello, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void, a Sunday series. Today, from WCS Valencia, it's going to be a best of 5 between uThermal and HeroMarine, starting here on Acid Plant, the latter edition. Bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran player, his name is HeroMarine. And in the top left-hand corner, the red Terran player, it is uThermal. So, HeroMarine is German. uThermal hails from the Netherlands. We've got a Dutch player and a German player going against each other today. Two of the best Terran players on planet Earth. Very, very fun to watch. Very solid all the way around here. TVT, I think, is my favorite mirror matchup. ZVZ can get very good if it gets past that 15-minute mark. I know I say that a lot, but if you haven't heard it before, it's true. ZVZ, I'm not a huge fan of the Ling Bane stage. The Roach battle is also not my favorite thing, but once you get to the 15-minute mark or so and you start seeing things like Vipers and Lurkers and Infestors and stuff like that, it's good. It's really, really good. Gets amazing. One of my favorite things in all of StarCraft. TVT, however, is just really fun from the get-go. There's a lot of options here. You kind of sort of have to open up Cyclones, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we'll see this from these players. They might have a way to get around that early Cyclone thing. It's just because if two Cyclones show up at your front door and you don't have Cyclones, you have a couple Marines or a bunker or something, you're going to die. You just don't have enough to stop that. So we'll just keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on this opening build. Looks like both players are going for the early barracks, which you obviously have to do. And we'll see if they go Reapers or not. I do have a bunch of Reaper names ready to go, and they're both making Reapers at the same time and then tossing up their orbital command upgrades at exactly the same time here too. So same build out of these guys. I'm sure they have played against each other before, know exactly what to expect. And are these SCV battles? uThermal's trying to block the expansion for HeroMarine. Same thing's going on down here. This is a mirror matchup to end all mirror matchups. uThermal gets his down. HeroMarine still struggling and finally gets it down a couple seconds later. These are things that can matter a lot in mirror matchups. HeroMarine's expansion is a little bit late. Okay, Reaper Blue is called Conan the Barber. Bleh. Man, my mouth wanted to go right to Barbarian, but it's just the Barber, a calm cutter of hair who thinks the best in life is driving split ends before him and hearing the lamentations of an electric shaver. However, a misunderstanding convinced the Terrans that Conan was a great warrior, drafting the Barber into the Reaper program and forcing Conan to cut lives instead of hair. This guy, on the other hand, is named Glass... Oh, where'd he go? Here he is. His name is Glass Joe. Oh, he's actually already in a battle here, but there's a Marine out, too, for HeroMarine. This should not go well for Glass Joe. Distraught from losing his 100th boxing match. It's a Super Punch-Out reference. Glass Joe drank plenty of glasses filled with booze. In his drunken state, he accidentally signed up for the military enlistment to sign to the Reaper program, as the recruiters could tell he wasn't going to last very long in a fight anyway. Wow. Harsh for Glass Joe, but he's alive, as is Conan the Barber down here, hanging out with his friend the Marine. All right, are we going to move out at all? Yes, it looks like you might get a... Oh, but there's two. What? Glass Joe picked up a friend. Oh, yeah, it's time to go. You can't handle this. Nice dodge on the KD8 charge. Nice job getting the SCV inside the command center temporarily. A Hellion is here. Can we jump up? We want to deal with this. KD8 charge blowing that Reaper back. Picked off. And Glass Joe goes down, but so does Conan the Barber. Now we just have a random unnamed Reaper in here trying to do stuff. Gets an SCV kill. Actually manages to live and then explodes as the Hellion finishes him off with that bonus damage to light here of... Where is that thing? 14 versus 8. If he's attacking a light unit. Oh, amazing. Amazing stuff. Alright, so resources lost at this point. 200 for uThermal and 200 for HeroMarine. Just in different ways. Just in different ways there. Different gas and mineral combinations. Is that a third base? uThermal's going for a very quick third base. Sub 4 minutes for him. HeroMarine, I don't see him doing any such third base in it. Here comes a Cyclone. This is enough Marines, though, to take that sucker down. Is it? No! Whoa, maybe not. Remember what I said about those Cyclones showing up? I thought at first it was if there were two Cyclones, but apparently one Cyclone is absolutely enough to just wreck everything. Already has 5 kills. These SCVs are trying to finish that sucker off. Not actually happening very well. 8 kills on that Cyclone. Jeez, remember what I said about you have to make Cyclones or you're going to lose? I may have been correct about that, because HeroMarine is kind of bypassing those. He's going for a tank, which is really good, especially on this high ground, but this is really bad for HeroMarine. He's lost 3 SCVs. He's down 4 SCVs overall compared to his opponent, uThermal. And uThermal is looking excellent right now. Very, very good indeed. There's a Raven out. Early Raven for HeroMarine, but 3 Cyclones. Oh boy, this is not looking great at all for our blue Terran player. Tank, Marines. Is this enough to hold? That tank takes bonus damage from the Cyclone. Marines do not, but they have so little HP, it doesn't really matter. And this pressure is just continuing. That tank back here He wants to get a shot off, but when he's in siege mode, the Cyclones just pull back. No big deal. Marines pushing up, not getting too far away, trying to make bait, I think. Trying to bait them into the tank line. And so far, not that interested. So a lot of damage getting done by these Cyclones. A scan to see what is up at uThermal's base. A lot of barracks. It's going to be a bio style here after the Cyclone opening from uThermal. He's got a bunch of Cyclones, though, but he is definitely transitioning into barracks play after this. So 1, 2, 3 Cyclones at the front. None of them are injured. The 2 that have taken damage are going back home. Man, bringing an SCV to the front seems like it'd be totally worth it. I really think so. uThermal's using this to cover the landing of his third base. He's trying to make sure that HeroMarine can't get out, and HeroMarine really can't get out. Not with these 3 Cyclones sitting here. The tanks can slowly siege forward, but it takes them forever to get across the map if they have to unsiege and then resiege, and then unsiege and then resiege. And the Cyclones have decided, you know what, good enough. We got the base landed. We should be able to defend it if HeroMarine pushes out here, but I don't know about that. We have the Interference Matrix available, which can shut down Cyclones with these 2 Ravens, and there's a Viking in case there's some air to deal with here. High ground advantage here to uThermal. He cedes that, continues to run away. HeroMarine, does he want to engage, or does he want to actually get across and go to this third base? Which he might be guessing exists. Another Marine picked off here. The micro on display from uThermal is very excellent. Very, very excellent thus far. Liberator pushing out for HeroMarine 2. He's going for multi-pronged harass. Probably set up the Liberator in this mineral line of uThermals at the main and then push the front a little bit, although 2 Cyclones. Oh, the surround. Cyclone surround here by uThermal's army. Wow. Auto turrets being tossed down, trying to handle this thing. Do pick up a couple Cyclones, but very smartly getting out of the range of those is uThermal. And here's that Liberator. Liberator setting up, trying to take down a lot of these SCVs, shutting down that third base almost entirely, and will be killed by these Marines. HeroMarine doesn't expect her to survive very long. And pushing back is HeroMarine. It's 89 to 82 supply. uThermal is up. He's up in worker count and in army supply here. Third base just now coming down for HeroMarine. The income is definitely going to favor uThermal based on this third. And here comes a drop. So this has been a pretty darn good back and forth game 1. Honestly, I'm very, very excited to see where this entire series is going to go. Again, it is a best of 5, so hopefully we will see more than a sweep. But I feel like just based on the way this game has gone, a sweep would be very, very odd indeed. uThermal dropping on this third base of HeroMarine. Is he going to take it down? This is so many Marines. They've got +1/+1 as well. There's no saving it, but at the same time, HeroMarine is forcing uThermal's third base to come up too. Going to try to shut this thing down. Both teams, or both players, trying to shut that thing down, but unfortunately for HeroMarine, he just has some SCVs trying to shut this, try to stop that army. And uThermal, yeah, cleaning that up. HeroMarine, GG's out, and HeroMarine is defeated. uThermal takes game number 1 in about 8 minutes. What a really crazy back and forth there for sure. Who's still in? Get out, everyone. Leave the game. There we go. DreamHack Admin A has finally left the game. So yeah, both players lost their thirds. The difference was uThermal was able to take down HeroMarine's third and still have an army over here. Whereas on the other side, HeroMarine's army got cleaned up by uThermal's defense, and that was all she wrote. So nice job. Let's come back with game 2 in this best of 5 from the Falcon Paladin in just a second. More TVT action coming your way here on 16-bit, the latter edition. It's going to be uThermal in the top right, HeroMarine in the bottom left. Colors are the same, HeroMarine in blue. Thank you for joining me for my Sunday series. If you want to see me cast live StarCraft, you can catch twitch.tv/GauntletSC2 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, except for today because I'm on vacation. I cast this last week, scheduled it for today in case you're curious about that. But yes, I will be back next week at twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. Whew! A lot of good players playing in the Gauntlet Global Open, you guys. We had Lozira and Solar and Snoot, and Parting was there, and we had... Who did Parting play? Was that the Solar series? It was a really good series there. Regardless, incredible talent on display at the Gauntlet Global Open. You should tune in. I know it's late. I know 8 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday is kind of late for this sort of thing, but we did that so the Koreans could have a 9 a.m. start time. That is generally how that works. Anyway, I cast the co-caster Just Jordan, who's a fine fellow doing a lot of Copa America casts solo sometimes and with the co-host other times, but he's been really involved in the North American and Western Hemisphere scene overall. Alright, so what are we going to do here, guys? The Cyclones, the early Cyclones from uThermal really did a number on HeroMarine. Really slowed down his economy, really slowed down his ability to get stuff done. Losing SCVs, making trades that were really, really good for uThermal. Let's see if HeroMarine decides to go for the Cyclones a little bit earlier this time. And yeah, he's got the double gas. Still going for the Reaper. Man, I'm going to go through my whole Reaper name list. If we keep going double Reaper names here, aren't I? Yes, Falcon, you probably will. This is probably a good series for Reaper names, if you've suggested any. Alright, so let's take a look real fast at what we're dealing with here. And the answer is, this is Parappa the Rapper. The best two-dimensional dog rapper who ever lived, Parappa the Rapper meant to sign up for the epic Terran rap battles. Unfortunately, he forgot to proofread his application and ended up volunteering for the Dominion Reaper program. It is unlikely that the lyrical skills needed to put down a fool in rhyme will transfer well to actual combat. And then our Blue Reaper's name is going to be Phoenix Person. Description, it's from Rick and Morty. Alright, that is actually from Rick and Morty. If you don't know exactly what Phoenix Person is referring to, you should watch Rick and Morty because it's a great show. I really love it. And I know there's a lot of fans that aren't great, and there's been some backlash against Rick and Morty fans because a loud segment of the population of that fan base isn't amazing. But you know what? It's great. I watched it with my wife, actually. I kept talking about it. She's like, fine, let's watch Rick and Morty. And every episode that came up on the queue, I was like, oh, it's this episode. Wow, you're in for a treat. And then the next one I'd say, oh, wow, it's this episode. You're in for a treat. And I realized I was saying that every single time, but two Reapers popping on up here, and it's a two Reaper versus two Reaper battle with a Cyclone in the mix. And that's going to force our friend Parappa the Rapper to get out of there. So their friends died, but Parappa's alive, as is Phoenix Person. Going to get a mono Reaper battle without Cyclones in the mix. Man, I really hate it when Cyclones show up and Hellions show up and ruin what should be Reaper versus Reaper battles. Really very annoying indeed. Oh, there's that Cyclone defense again. All right, so the Reaper is faster than the Cyclone. Oh, thought about blocking the Reaper in there to get picked off by the Cyclone. Good angle here, though. I don't know if you can live, Reaper. We're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Nah. You dead. You dead, friends. Parappa the Rapper is gone, unfortunately. And then here we have Phoenix Person flying on in with his jetpacks. He's going to get an SCV kill. Wow. Nice job. Why are these guys hanging out? Hold on. KD8 charge did not blow them back, and then they stopped harvesting. Is that what happened? Holy smokes, I went way far back. What was that? It should have been fewer seconds than that. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to hop up. Come on in. KD8 charge down. I don't know. I don't think that was the problem. I don't think we saw a regression there. I don't think we saw the bug come back wherein SCVs and workers that were blown off the line by a KD8 charge didn't go back to work automatically. I think uThermal just manually chose for his SCVs to do that for some reason. I don't understand. Alright, so two Cyclones coming out for HeroMarine. He definitely learned his lesson from Game 1. He wants those Cyclones, and he wants them now. Pushing out across the map. And here goes nothing. He's going to try to get some damage done here. Our Reaper is still alive. Way to go. 2 kills on him. Phoenix Person killing it. So 2 Cyclones drop down. There's 1 Cyclone for defense here. Oh, I don't know about just kidding. 3, 4, 5. Okay, there are 5 Cyclones for defense. uThermal is okay. It's time to run. Phoenix Person manages to almost escape until he gets absolutely destroyed by every one of those Cyclones, but saves some target firing on the medevac too. So medevac actually gets out. Getting chased down a little bit here, but can't quite cut him off. Medevacs with boosts are very, very fast. Indeed. Tank production has begun for the HeroMarine. Anybody going for a third base this time? Yeah, uThermal's going for that quick third again. Actually third base on the way from HeroMarine here too. So both players going for a third base at around the 5-minute mark, which is not too early, and it's really not too late either. I'm a fan of about the 5-minute mark for a third in this particular matchup. We've got a Banshee sneaking out across the map along the right side. Got double Cyclones in there. Heading up here too. Factory. uThermal might be going for a more mech. Yeah, that's a starport, and that's 2 factories. And then a command center here too. So I feel like we're going to see a mech style, but here comes a Banshee. Oh, but the lock on. Gee willikers, you didn't have cloak? Don't even have cloak. Why would you go in there? There's Cyclones present. I don't know what that was from HeroMarine. He just runs. I'm gone. Don't mind me. Just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Resources lost to this point. A mere 400 for uThermal, 200 for HeroMarine. Yeah, I really don't know what that Banshee was intended to do. I guess if the Cyclones were away, if they were pushing across the map, then sure, the Banshee can get some stuff done, but otherwise, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing for you. Third base landing. That's the sound that makes, and neither of these players have the Mad Max skins, you'll notice. Their Terran skins are default. Probably, are they playing Valencia? They're playing on the EU server, right? So they should have their skins. I think, actually, is there a rule that if you play in WCS events, you can't have skins? I know you have to be red versus blue for the colorblind viewing population, but I'm not sure if you have to stick with the default skins. It seems like everybody does for these major events anyway. Barracks streaming across the field. Just going for some scouting. That is a tell your opponent's going mech. If you see them sending a barracks across the field of play, that's what's happening. Is they are meching all the livelong day. Are we making additional? Well, those are armories for upgrades. That's good. Still only sitting on a couple factories here. Very interested by this. Why it's not more. But Cyclone drop attempted here from uThermal. Gonna try to sneak on into this natural base of HeroMarine and give him what for. And there it is. Here's the what for. Boys, Cyclone DPS is so good. Ooh, can he deny that +1 infantry armor? No. Too many Marines show up to shove them away. Doesn't want to risk it. Doesn't want to risk losing everything just to try to deny one upgrade. Definitely not worth on that trade. So Barracks scouting here for drops. Got a Viking ready for drops too. Got a missile turret ready for drops. uThermal is not going to be dropped. He's not going to lose to a drop anyway. A drop might be attempted, but he's going to be ready for it regardless. And HeroMarine trying to set up his Marines in position to deal with that too. So he's going the Marine tank route. It's got a lot of medevacs in support here, making the upgrades for the combat shield and getting some Marauders too. So it's going to be a mech versus a bio strategy. One of my favorite things to see in all of TVT is when one person goes mech and one person goes bio, because the mech army will generally win a straight up fight against the bio army, but the bio army can expand more quickly because they can build up their army faster. As we have a small Cyclone engagement here, almost. I'm not sure who came out on top there, but HeroMarine did manage to escape with a single Cyclone that he will repair up. So basically, the meching player is left to fewer number of bases. They can't defend everything. They're not fast. They're slow. They're ponderous. But if they attack you, they can crush your base real easy because the BIOS is not actually able to do a whole lot here. Cyclones dropping down, killing more SCVs. How many is this? We've gotten 5 SCVs killed by uThermal and 4 killed by HeroMarine. So nobody has a major advantage at this point. Oh, we trying to catch these guys. Are they on cooldown? They're on cooldown for boost. Just missed him again. This has been a game of missed connections, everyone. Holy crikey. Oh, wait, maybe. Just kidding. How did he... but the boost came up. The boost came up just in time for uThermal. This timing is working out exceptionally well for him. HeroMarine wanted to crush that. Just absolutely throw it to the ground and crush it with his feet, but couldn't quite pull it off. Just again, because timing didn't work out. It's the RNG, man. Vikings defending against drops, recognizing the Terran player is bio. He's got medevacs. Drops are extremely viable. Got to be ready for those. So he's got his own medevacs, though. I guess for these Hellbats, which you can heal up. I've never understood why you can heal up Hellbats, but not Hellions. They transform from the exact same parts, and they both have a driver, and I don't understand. But I guess it's for more game balance purposes. Small push of Marine Marauder trying to come up this way. They're going to pick off a Cyclone. uThermal pulling back and consolidating a little bit. The Blue Flame is done here. Going to do very well against the Marines. Not as good against the Marauders, as they are not considered light. But uThermal coming on down this way, trying to see what he can pull off. And so far the answer is a lot. This is a lot of tank, you guys. Holy smokes. Tank count versus tank count. It's going to be 7 versus 4. uThermal has a big lead on tank count. Stimming forward here, though, comes the HeroMarine. Trying to drop the Hellbats on the Marines to slow them down, allowing the tanks to fire from a distance at the same time. It's a nice buffer strategy. Got some Viking battles on the bottom section of the screen here, too. Going to move up to the top. Tanks trying to clear out what is left here, but there are enough Marauders, I think, to clean this out. Defender's advantage coming in here, too, for HeroMarine, and he cleans up what is left of uThermal's army. What a play there by HeroMarine. He was in a lot of trouble. That was brilliantly executed by uThermal, dropping the Hellbats on the Marines, but just enough units survived. Enough units came out of the barracks and the factories at the right time there that HeroMarine managed to push that away and live to fight another day there. So he's got his 4th base landed. HeroMarine still sitting on these 3. He's supposed to be more cost efficient with his strategy here, but it's 6,000 resources lost for uThermal and 5,000, well, 6,600 lost for HeroMarine. So pretty even on that front. Some uThermal Hellions sneaking around this way. Gonna find, actually, how do they do that? How do they always know where the enemy is? Anyway, here comes HeroMarine trying to set up some Liberators, but the Viking count a little bit high for uThermal. That said, HeroMarine brought his own Vikings. That's what this is for. And by golly, this Liberator is going to be able to set up here. Very, very interesting indeed. He's going to creep up, try to push these tanks back. I'm loving this. Some Hellions trying to sneak down this right side too, but going to get shut down, I think, by HeroMarine. Liberator is just destroying. There is not a lot of anti-air for a meching Terran player, as it turns out. However, a couple of Vikings pop out and do shut that thing down eventually. Meanwhile, going to drop Marines and Marauders on this ramp and say, "Come at me, bro," says HeroMarine. Oh, it's a Thor, they say. We can take him down with our Marauders with +2/+2. Thank you very much. They do take it down. These Hellbats trying to use that blue flame on the Marauders. Not going to do that bonus damage that they really need to. Vikings winning the air superiority battle over HeroMarine. The Liberator is allowed to live. It's getting some major shots off on these tanks and on these Hellbats. It's 166 to 124 total supply. It is looking like HeroMarine is just about to win this thing. Liberator is crushed, but enough Marauders are on the ground. Vikings landed here too to try to get something done from the HeroMarine. Thor crushed. Hellions crushed. 159 to 108 supply, and that's it. uThermal with the good game, and he ties up the series. HeroMarine ties up the series 1-1 here in our game 2, just with some really great pressure on the front. Dealt with the attack down here exceptionally well. Again, it got a little bit lucky with some spawning units and whatnot, but hey, sometimes this game has a little bit more luck than I think I prefer to believe that there is. Resources lost here, 14,000 for uThermal and 11,000 for HeroMarine. Yeah, that's going to do it every day. So HeroMarine makes it happen. Frontal Assault with his bio. Liberator support there too, and some Hellbats. So it wasn't just straight bio. Absolutely not. Some mech elements in there too, but that's what the best Terrans do, is they make use of all of their different units. They don't just stick with mech or just stick with bio. That's exactly how... who am I thinking here? Whoa! It is too late. It is 11:52 at night where I'm trying to cast. Who is the currently best Terran player on Earth? Best player... Wow, I'm going to look that up. I'm really sleep deprived, you guys. We'll get through the series, though. We'll make it. We'll see what's going to happen here in game number 3 in just a second. Maru. It's Maru, you guys. I don't know where my brain is right now, but we're going to go ahead and endure... Woo! Catalyst Ladder Edition is the site of game 3 between Hero and uThermal. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player uThermal, and in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player HeroMarine. Okay, yes, music is enabled. It was a little bit quiet to me. Yes. Yes, building a supply depot here on Catalyst is just to prevent Reapers from hopping up here. This is basically the only place they can hop up other than along your front line, which is a lot easier to defend if you're not worried about your back line. This is your TVT Reaper tip. Well, I guess ZBT and TVP as well. Anyway, yeah, Maru, the best Terran player on planet Earth at this point. Terran players feel like they're underpowered, and if you tell them to play like Maru, they will get upset. That is all I have to say about that. Alrighty then, we're going to see more Cyclone stuff. I feel like we're going to see more Cyclone play out of both these players. They are, well, actually, a double gas from HeroMarine, but now uThermal is not going for the double gas this time around. He is SCV scouting on out. I'd love to see some proxy shenanigans from these players, but I just feel like on the WCS, the only person who has enough gumption to do that is Haz. Haz is like, you know what? I'm a proxy all day, and I'll make it to the final. Thank you very much. But everybody else is like, proxies have a good chance of failing if they get scouted. And Haz says, scout my stuff. I'll still win. And he does. He's amazing. I love that guy. I love Haz. If you didn't catch the Haz compilation last Sunday, you really should check it out. Reaper on the way from HeroMarine. This Reaper's name is Procrastinator. I will write a description tomorrow, says somebody who suggested that name. And then the red Reaper from uThermal is going to be Farah, an agent of the private security firm Helix Security International. Farah was contracted out to the Dominion Reaper program as she has plenty of experience using jetpacks. Unfortunately for Farah, she is not allowed to use her much better jetpack that allows continuous flight, nor her powerful rocket launcher, but a crummy standard-issue Reaper cliff jumper and 2 puny little pistols. Farah now wishes she had just listened to her mother and never gone into combat. Wow, Farah, bad times. I think that's an Overwatch reference. I'm pretty sure that is. Alright, so Procrastinator coming down versus Farah. Are we just both going to hang out on this ramp and just wait for the other Reaper to come over and say hello and get shot in the face? Because that's what I kind of feel like we're doing here, and nobody's willing to actually move out at the risk of that occurring. Both players are expanding. It looks like, yes, uThermal's expansion is way ahead of HeroMarine's here. Hellion moving out for HeroMarine. Actually, are we just really going to sit on the top of this? This is where we're going to live now? This is our home? Top of the ramp? No? Okay, great. Way to get out of there. Hunting up this left side here, a couple of Marines from uThermal too, so it's not mass Reaper, it's just a couple Reapers for both players, and a Hellion for HeroMarine, and that should be enough to turn the tide here if we end up engaging. Oh, Reaper's actually going to delay the construction of this natural base. Excellent job by uThermal. Getting on in. Cyclone. Ah, run. Oh, crap. Hellion, run. Ah, Cyclone, run. Caught between a rock and a hard place. Pharaoh really should have listened to her mother and not gone into combat here. You can juke all you want, but you are toast, my friend. Yeah, absolutely dead there. Are both Reapers alive for... Yes, absolutely they are. Procrastinator and Friend are heading down to the south here. Both players are working on Cyclones. uThermal's double pumping his. HeroMarine making one at a time and getting a medevac. So he's planning on being a little bit more aggressive through the skies that way. And 2 Reapers from HeroMarine running around. We've got a Cyclone defending here from uThermal. And this is a bit of a nice push here from HeroMarine. I like it. I like 2 Reapers, a Hellion, and a Cyclone. Kind of deal with anything that uThermal's going to throw out at this stage of the game. If you had a tank, sure. But he's not going to right now. Oh, but 2 more Cyclones show up. That's a little bit more difficult to deal with. 3 Cyclone versus a Cyclone. Oh, no. HeroMarine, don't lose that Cyclone. Run! Does manage to get out of there somehow. I mean, Cyclones can fire while moving. So you think he just fire consistently moving against something that is as fast as you are, right? But it's not the case. Somebody needs to explain to me in the comments why that is not the case, because I believe it should be the case. Oh, saved and picked up by the medevac. Excellent job. Good save there by HeroMarine. Holding the top of the ramp here is HeroMarine. Kind of works out for him, actually. Maybe they were onto something there. Cyclone versus Cyclone. Procrastinator dead, and Procrastinator's Friend dies there too. That's not good news, Bears. And they want to catch that Cyclone, and the lock-on ability gets some damage done before it gets picked off and destroyed. So, hey, some damage done is better than new damage done. What are we looking at here? Both players have a factory and a barracks, I believe, if we count our number of buildings. And that is correct. So we can't really tell who's going for what at this point, although based on the number of gases taken, that's not helping either. Nobody has either their 3rd or 4th gases taken. So that doesn't help us know at all. HeroMarine going for a quick 3rd here. Usually it's been uThermal interested in going for the quick 3rd, but not today. Today he's interested in staying on 2 bases a little bit longer than he normally would. Double supply depot up here, double supply depot up here, blocking future Reapers, but all the Reapers are dead, so that's not going to happen. It is utterly and completely not allowed. Medevac coming down this way. Going to fly over these supply depots. They do provide a bit of an advance warning when a drop is coming in. And actually, you know what? I guess that's free supply. So Marines and Cyclones going to take down this supply depot. But Cyclones on the high ground say, you know what? Your medevac is dead. No, medevac lives somehow. Are you kidding? But has to flee anyway because additional Cyclones come in and uThermal shuts that thing down. Going for that supply did not help at all for HeroMarine. 1,000 resources lost for him. 700 lost for uThermal. Repairing this supply depot very adeptly is our SCV, who we will name Bob and never speak of him again. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, Bob. Quick plug for the Patreon during a small break in the action here. Patreon.com/FalconPaladin. You can pledge to support the channel for as little as $1 a month. For daily StarCraft, you guys, come on, every day of the week, StarCraft Brood War, StarCraft2, expert stuff, lobby stuff, cheese compilations, come on. $1 a month is the biggest steal on any entertainment you've ever had in your entire life. All right, here we go. uThermal. I'm going to try to push up this way. Try to do it. Come on. Not going to do it. Oh, 3 tanks out for HeroMarine? I don't know about this. You're going to try to bait them in, aren't you? Yep. And there are the tank shots. Yeah. Yeah, there go the tank shots. Don't mind me. Third base is not landed for HeroMarine. Cyclone checks that, but should have checked about 10 seconds later, because would have noticed that third base down. uThermal's third base. This has been down here for a while. Did I forget to check this area to see if he had a third? It wasn't under construction yet. He must have just started it when I started clicking around this area, which is kind of hilarious. All right, Marine's out. Repairing up that medevac that was injured previously. Both players going, well, sensor tower on the way from uThermal, actually. Are we both building that? That doesn't work, does it? You can't use multiple SCVs to build something faster than just one SCV. That was a campaign thing. That was a Wings of Liberty thing. What is going on here? I don't know, but Cyclone versus Marine tank here, especially if the Marines are +1/+1, not going to go so well. You're just outnumbered severely right now. Continuing to push in here. The tank count is a lot higher for HeroMarine. If he gets these in range of this third base, I really fear he can't let that happen. He's going for it. Pulling the boys! Bringing in all the Marines. Medevac's trying to heal what they can, but HeroMarine continues to endure. Getting right on into this third base. Picking off 20 SCVs in total with that battle. 20! That's a lot of SCVs, man. Can I get the third base, too? He's going to try to kind of get the third base, if at all possible, but tanks firing on this factory. It is 121.87 total supply. HeroMarine is looking good, ladies and gents. Factory down. Supply depot down. Reinforcements streaming down this left side for the blue Terran player. And here comes uThermal. He needs to reestablish that third to live. Can he do it? No, he's outnumbered. Reinforcing Marines coming out of nowhere for HeroMarine. Are the upgrades different here? No, it's just +1/+1. I don't know why HeroMarine's Marines are better. Maybe it's just his name. Oh, Cyclone picked off quite nicely, and uThermal taps out with the GG. And HeroMarine takes a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series. He just needs one more, ladies and gents. One more win to win this best-of-5. Can he pull it off? I don't know. I didn't watch this series beforehand. I never do, but gee, the aggression on display there. Just came down that left side, cleared out the third base, pushed into the natural base there too. A 67 to 43 harvesters. I think that was really just uThermal wasn't ready for that attack on his third at all. Lost 20 SCVs in that one battle, and that was all she wrote. Really hard to come back from that. Even just immediately the effects were felt. Okay, game 4. Nope, game 3 of this best of 3 coming at you from Falcon Paladin. We'll be back in just a second here. Here it is, game 4 of this best of 5. This could be the final game for uThermal in WCS Valencia 2018. Does he have it within himself to force a game 5 against HeroMarine and possibly claw his way to the next round? Stay tuned for game 4 here on Lost and Found, the Ladder Edition. Bottom left-hand corner, red Terran player, uThermal. Top right, HeroMarine in blue. You probably can't change colors midstream, right? Like mid-event, mid-series. Thank you. Jeez, mid-series. Yeah, probably can't do it. If you're blue, you're always blue, and if you're red, you're always red. Especially in these mirror matchups, it's got to be really important to keep the same thing going here. Really got to be very, very nice. Okay, so where are we at? Refinery on the way from uThermal. Refinery just about done here from HeroMarine 2. Barracks on the way from the HeroMarine. It looks like... What the heck? Why are his refinery... Is his worker count higher? No, why is HeroMarine stuff behind? That refinery's behind. That barracks is not... Okay, so it's fairly even. But why is... 17 to 17? He has the same amount of minerals. This is a mystery. I don't understand. How is HeroMarine's refinery so late? I have no answers for you. Someone who's smarter than me needs to figure this out, especially because it is 12:15 in the morning. And I have work tomorrow, so that's pretty awesome. SCV Scout from HeroMarine. He wants to make sure uThermal's not proxying him, and he's going to figure that out for sure. Both players are going for Reapers. This Reaper's name is going to be Young Aragorn. You didn't ask to see his story, but here we are. And then the Blue Reaper from HeroMarine, as we have a bit of a block attempt going on here, is going to be Nasty Nork. Ah, HeroMarine just builds it outside the ideal location and says, I'll just lift it and land it later. So this is Nasty Nork with G's. The G's are silent. Defeated by a baby purple dragon, a being who once froze the entire dragon kingdom, traveled... Whoop! Where'd he go? Traveled the universe with a sheep saucer, drinking his sorrows away. He was captured by the Terran Dominion. Did I not follow that? What is going on? Dude, follow. Captured by the Terran Dominion and pressed into service into the Reaper program, all his strength and powers long gone. At the bottom of too many bottles. So Nasty Nork versus Young Aragorn here. I think that Young Aragorn name is a bit of a hit on the new Lord of the Rings series that Amazon is producing, which I believe is the prequel, right? So it's Young Aragorn, and everybody's like, I don't think anybody was asking for that, but here we are. Amazon needs its own Game of Thrones, I suppose, and understandably so, I guess. Man, Game of Thrones is still not back yet. It's going to be January, I believe is the plan, January 2019, which feels like a long way away, but the older I get, the faster time seems to travel, so I think we'll be okay. Reaper, 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 coming at you here. High ground does belong to Nasty Nork here. However, he goes down first, possibly. The Reapers wanted to block that expansion so bad. Wanted to pause it, but couldn't do it. As the SCV got the job done too soon. Upgrading to an orbital command. What do we got here? A Hellion coming out. Going to be just fine. Why are these SCVs chilling? I guess they might have run from this location, and HeroMarine doesn't quite put them back to work in time. Seems quite possible. Seems quite possible indeed. Reaper, Reaper versus Reaper Hellion. Reaper Hellion wins because Hellions have that bonus to light thing going on. Did he attack that KD8 charge? Are those attackable units? I don't know. KD8 charge. Oh, pick off the Reaper. Manages to save it. Nice micro on display here from uThermal. Fantastic. Cyclone says, hey, do you have any Cyclones? You don't? Oh, well, let me just get some damage done here. Goodbye, SCV. Let's get some HP taken off this natural base. That's going to be my target. Just point blank range, shooting missiles into it. Pew, 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 pew. And, I mean, it'll kill it eventually, but not before these two Cyclones show up from HeroMarine, that's for sure. So, yeah, one is not as good as two, as it turns out, and going to have to get on out of there. But this is an injured orbital command, 800 out of 1,500 hit points. You going to repair this thing or not? I don't think he's going to repair it. I really don't. 32 to 31. Again, this series has been so close. There have been multiple times games could have gone either way here, and so the fact that HeroMarine's up 2-1 is not really an indicator of where this thing's going to go. I'm just saying, uThermal is very, very capable of winning this game and the next one. It's just going to be tight across the border here. ZVZs, or mirror matchups, usually are fairly tight across the way here. Are we going Cyclone versus Cyclone? How are we target firing here? Nice combat. Nice hit there with the KD8 charge, but all of uThermal Cyclones are down. And HeroMarines are still okay. I lied. There's one of uThermal Cyclones that is running for his little cyclone life right now. Coming up, friends, help me. Female Carrick, help me. Carricks will not help you. Could you imagine if little random critters jumped in to assist you with battles sometimes? That'd be weird and fairly stupid. Be very, very RNG heavy. Alright, so SCVs are going to repair the Cyclones. Not going to bother repairing the orbital command as it has enough HP to really survive most attacks as it stands anyway. Barracks on the way from the uThermal. So it looks like he's going to go for that bio. Yeah, the bio that we've seen from him. Third base is done here. He's just sitting it inside the main base, using it for Mule and SCV production. Doesn't want to land it outside yet. He feels very uncomfortable about what HeroMarine is capable of doing with these Cyclones and these Marines. +1/+1 on the way from HeroMarine. Working. Are we going to see a bio versus bio? We haven't seen one of these yet. Marines and Marauders versus Marines and Marauders. And, you know, probably some Liberators in there too. Although, Liberators against bio is not amazing. Liberators are good against big ticket units, and if a lot of Marines just run in that circle and take down the Liberator, it's not a good trade for that Liberator. Not even the smallest or teeniest or tiniest of those bits. Alright, so Marines being produced 5 at a time for both of these players. Both players making a lot of SCVs as well. 3 at a time there too. Getting Combat Shield, getting Stim, getting +1 and +1. So yes, very much a bio-heavy composition from both of these players. Should see some incredible battles to come here in the coming moments of this best of 5. No upgrades yet for anybody though, just the Stim. I guess we do have the Stim. Which is just, if you don't get Stim and you have bio, what are you doing with your life? These Marines are worshipping the supply depot. They are attending the Church of Supply Depot. How does that Supply Depot generate supplies again? Is it just food and fuel and stuff? Like, are they waiting for a lasagna to come out of that thing so they eat it? That'd be pretty cool if that happened every once in a while. I think it would be. So planning on taking a 4th up here. Supply Depot, scouting for any potential drops down that left side. 3rd base is landed for uThermal. 3rd base is landed for HeroMarine. This is as close as you can get, man. At this stage of the game, 106 to 106 supply, 65 to 63 harvesters is insane. Small battle on the Cyclone side of things in the middle of the map here. And both players taking their respective high ground, daring the other to come on up here. Marine scouting for drops and might actually not see these somehow. This one will, though. This Marine will see quite nicely what is coming this way. And he's going to die for it, but he's already reported the information back to HQ. So no big deal. This allows HeroMarine to respond, to take this high ground and say, why don't you try to come up these stairs here, my friend? But no, not interested. Not interested in that one at all. Sensor tower up for HeroMarine. uThermal is not bothering with those at this stage. These guys are still just stalemating here. A bit of a cold war over this low ground with a lot of pink. uThermal keeps trying to peek up here, but HeroMarine is just scouting it extremely well. The sensor tower helps with that too, obviously. But I don't know about coming down this ramp, man. Are you going to come down this ramp, really? Oh boy, yeah, I guess he forced a stim. But yeah, splits his units. Excellent split there from HeroMarine. APM for these players is well over 300 right now for each. And I just don't know if you want to come up here. This is a lot of +1/+1 Marines. The same, I guess that's what uThermal is using too. Medevac count is a little bit higher. It feels like 4 of them for uThermal. I'm counting 3 up in the sky here. Oh, there's 4. For HeroMarine now. And is he going to break him out? Yeah, the Marines coming down. Cyclones from the back. Tank gets taken down. Cyclones get killed for doing their job. And HeroMarine just crushed through that low ground into the high ground and made it work. Where are the medevacs? We need some healing, guys. There we go. Get some healings quite nicely. 164 to 165 supply. Again, it is just dead even right now. Marine versus Marine battles. Who's making tanks? We are both double pumping tanks, but there are none of the front lines at this stage of the game. HeroMarine might need to pull back a little bit here. Oh, he's going for the 360 surround. Wow! Absolutely impressive here. Is he going to go ahead and clean this thing out? Yeah, medevac's getting picked out of the sky. Tank's gone too. HeroMarine's up 156 to 129 supply. That 360 surround was an absolutely brilliant stroke from the German Terran player. Reinforcements coming up from uThermal. That +2/+2 is finishing for both these players at about the same time. I don't know if it's going to come into play here. Well, the +2/+1 done for HeroMarine. And +1 attack is still here for uThermal. HeroMarine has a small window of about 10 seconds wherein his Marines are better than uThermal's Marines. He's not making too much use of it. He can't possibly know that is the case, and that's fine. 4th base canceled. Good cancel timing there by uThermal. Is that tank actually hitting that tank? Wow, that's a long way. Just inside that minimum attack range for sure. Oh, here we go. Nice concave from HeroMarine. Both players are working on the +3/+3. Can we make this thing happen? 3 tanks to 3 tanks. +1 attack is done for uThermal's tanks, and HeroMarine's tanks also have the +1. That's about as far as you want to go in TVT with your vehicle ground upgrades. It's just a +1. Don't worry about anything else, especially if your opponent is going for the bio. All right, got some Liberators here. Does uThermal. Again, he's in a great position. HeroMarine somehow just went ahead about 40 supply. He's up 191 to 158. Taking 10 Marines at a time. uThermal setting up Liberators. Is he actually going to put them in defender mode? He's going to try to do it. Find a place. This really, really worries me if I'm uThermal. The way these are positioned, it's just HeroMarine has a massive split right now. He's up about 20 supply, and he's going for it now. Here it is, Marine versus Marine action. Liberators absolutely doing nothing here. Tank count getting reduced to 0 as well. 164 to 121 supply, 40 supply up. Is HeroMarine trying to push down again? Liberators trying to dissuade the Marines from coming on in here, but again, I don't know how much of a dissuasion that is. Is dissuasion even a word? I don't know. I'm a little punch drunk, as it turns out here. A little bit sleep deprived. The tanks coming in. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the tanks of uThermal quite nicely. Liberator's trying to get rid of those dudes, but not going to happen. Marines helping their tank bros out. 167 to 106 supply. HeroMarine is well in hand. Has this game well in hand. He's up about 50 or 60 supply right now. He's just been trading so efficiently this entire game. Every little engagement going pretty well for him. These Marines, dude, wow, tank down, Liberator down. The Marines might actually die, but they are pulling back to safety. Their tank support is there, and that's the good game from uThermal. HeroMarine wins the best of 5. 3 games, 2-1. Oh, did I not have that up? I didn't have that up on that last game. Huh, go figure. And he will move on to the next round of WCS Valencia. Excellent work here by HeroMarine. Again, just cut and dry. Cut and dry, cut and close. These games were not very difficult. Not very lopsided. Words are failing me right now. I need to sign off here. But basically, this game is probably the most lopsided of the results. HeroMarine did exceptionally well. Just resources lost here will tell the story. 14,000 lost for uThermal compared to 9 for HeroMarine. Number of Marines killed, 135 to 134, but 11 tanks of uThermals died. 5 tanks of HeroMarine died. HeroMarine at the end of the game had 9 tanks, which is just utterly massive. Utterly massive. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.